Hello everyone, I hope that you're well. Today's going to be focused on the Psoas by request of a student. And actually it's quite a good coincidence, so I'll tell you why. I can definitely need this practice. The psoas is a muscle that basically links up the lower body to the upper body, and it's the muscle that is responsible for allowing you to lift the leg up, so to kind of do the walking action. And because it's a muscle that is linked to the, kind of attached to the lower ribs in the back, it's a very important postural muscle. And because of its position, because of its action, because of the closeness and the attachments to the diaphragm and the closeness to the adrenal glands, it's basically a part of our being that very easily gets affected by a posture. So sitting a lot, kind of being stuck in, like, I can't really sit right now obviously, but in that kind of position shortens it and means that it becomes short and it becomes tight generally, because we tend to be hunched forward. And it's also one that's deeply affected by stress, tension, anxiety, because it's a primary muscle that helps our fight, flight, or freeze system to basically do what it's meant to do and keep us safe. So when you want to run away, obviously you need the muscle to be very efficient at lifting your legs. When you are fighting, it's kind of the same thing. You need that like really strong, grounded stance. And when you freeze, you need something that prevents you from running away, makes you look like you're completely dead. And it's, again, the same muscle, or one of the main muscles that basically acts in all three scenarios. And currently I'm juggling a lot of things. I'm juggling work, projects, personal life, taking care of us moving into a new built flat, which has delays, and my mum moving country, moving to a new built flat. And so I'm pretty much doing a lot of it on my own. And currently it often feels like, oh, I'm never going to be able to make it. Something's going to go wrong. So I'm like, my fight or flight is definitely very active. So let's make it short and sweet, and let's actually make it work. It would be great if you could have two things that are either actual blocks or things that could substitute blocks. You could use really thick books and a blanket that you can fold quite neatly and tightly to have a good amount of thickness. And first and foremost, let's come to lie onto the back, feet flat onto the floor, hip width apart. We're just going to rock onto the back of the pelvis, so that on the inhale the tailbone presses down and the middle spine lifts, arches off the ground. And on the exhale we flatten the middle spine. And we're starting in that way to already move into that whole region, to wake up the psoas, stretching it and then tightening it, because really a healthy psoas is a psoas that has tone, so is able to be relaxed but also active when you need it to. So we're just going to do that a few times, rock and rolling onto the back of the pelvis, massaging as we go along that sacrum, and with that stimulating nervous endings that will release our sympathetic nervous system, the active one, so that we can switch over into the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest, digest, restore. And the movements could be small or big, and you could do that for as long as you wanted. The great thing is that it also gently starts to open up the diaphragm muscles. And then after you've done this, you're happy with how long or how short it was, bring the feet as wide as the mat. Just let the legs come over to one side and really let them drop. And then up to the center, rolling onto the soles of the feet. And then out to the other side, rolling onto the edges of the feet. And you just do that a few times, inhaling to lift up, exhaling to lower down. Just a few times, rolling slowly so you can feel whether you're going too far or not, whether you need to adjust things. If you go too fast, your ability to really sense gets less. And then again, once you're happy with how many turns you've taken, you come back with the feet flat on the floor, grab the blanket and place the blanket right under your pelvis. And you're going to stretch one leg and bring the other one into your chest. So the stretched leg is stretched through the heel, and it stretches the front of the leg. Whilst in the other position, we really like shortening that psoas. And you're going to stay here for 5 breaths. And let the bent leg be really heavy. And then when you're done with your 5 legs, bring the soles of the feet flat on the floor again and just switch sides. So the stretched out leg is active, the toes are flexed, the heel is long, and then the other leg you just gently draw it in. And you will feel a little pinch into the psoas, like that inner hip on the bent leg. And you might feel stretch onto the long leg. And then when you're done, 5 breaths, once again, bring the soles of the feet flat on the floor. And it's a matter of comfort. You can either bring the feet slightly wider and bring the knees to rest against one another, or bring the feet hip width apart, bring the knees as wide as the hips, and then let yourself completely relax. And in this posture, in this shape, you want to relax the front of the legs and imagine them like butter that melts sliding down towards the hips. You're going to be here for a few breaths, letting the breath flow into that very pelvis, the very depth of the pelvis, right where the pelvis and the legs meet. And when you're ready, you roll onto the side, come off, and put your blanket to the side for now. And now we're going to get a little bit more active. And all we're going to do is bring the weight onto one leg, lift the other leg, and then take a big step back, bend the knee, lift the pubic bone, and you're going to really feel the stretch here. And then shift the weight forward, lift the knee, and then again. You're going to do that 3 to 5 times. The back knee is bent, you lift the pubic bone. See? And if you lose your balance, you lose your balance, that's alright. There's always one hip that's less stable. And you basically do that on both sides. And once you're done with both sides, we have a few versions here. You're going to take a big step with one leg, take your blocks or your books, and if you don't have any, just come straight down to the floor. And then find the beginning of a stretch into the front of that thigh. And you don't want to go far for now. Just going to be completely relaxed and passive. And with every breath in, we're going to round just the spine slightly. That should increase and really kind of clarify the stretch into the front of that thigh. Going to give you a good sense of where your psoas is. So you exhale to round the spine, and you inhale to draw the breastbone forwards. And you're going to do that a few times on each side. And then at the end of it, just let yourself sink for 3 to 4 breaths. Remember, if anything at any point doesn't feel right, you can do less, you can skip it. But if you want to go into a really deep psoas stretch, you're going to come against the wall, and your knee is either right against the wall or quite close to it. And you're still into that lunge position. The front foot is in front, the heel either in front of the knee or under the knee. And the back foot is against the wall. And then you sink here. And you can either stay with the hands down, or you can come up. And then depending on how much of a stretch you want, You sink and you press. You sink into the hips and press the back foot onto the ground, onto the wall. And then to release, exhale, come onto the inside of the legs. Release the foot down to the ground and let it go. Take a moment, lie down in Shavasana and relax. And every transition between poses, take a moment to breathe, take a moment to rest and relax. Take good care. If you have any questions, let me know. Be well. Bye.